Hey guys, Everything NFL here, and today I am back after 2 days off celebrating my birthday this weekend. That's why I couldn't upload, but today we are back and I'm bringing you 5 teams who could shock the NFL in 2020 and turn it all around and become possible division contenders and championship contenders. Let's not mess about, get right into it. Number 5, we have the Washington Redskins. This is one a lot of people would debate. I personally think that they could be amazing. Their defence could turn it all around. This is the format we're going to go by in all of them. We're going to talk about the head coach, then we're going to talk about the offence, then we're going to talk about the defence. Let's start off with their head coach. They've got a new head coach in Ron Rivera after firing Jay Gruden in the middle of last season. He's got Super Bowl experience with the Carolina Panthers, took him to Super Bowl 50. They did lose to the Denver Broncos, but he's got that experience in the Super Bowl, which could be vital in his time here in Washington. He's set out a plan of what he wants. No one really knows what he's going to do in the draft. Is he going to take Tua at 2? Is he going to take Chase Young? Is he going to trade down? No one knows yet. Now let's start talking about the offense. The entire offense rests on Dwayne Haskins. He's a second-year signal caller going into next season. Got given the starting job in the middle of last season. He hasn't really got too many pieces around him, but he's got his former teammate at Ohio State, Terry McLaurin, who was also a rookie last year, had a fantastic season as a rookie. I think if they had some more pieces around Dwayne Haskins, he could improve a lot. Personally, I don't see it as much. I can kind of compare him to Justin Herbert in my way. Fantastic in college, looks good. You can see the flaws in his game. I personally don't think he's going to be the full-time franchise quarterback for the Redskins for years to come, but you never know. He might prove me wrong. The whole Redskins team might prove me wrong. Now talking about the defense, they've already got some really good pieces on defense, such as Landon Collins, Ryan Kerrigan, Reuben Foster, Matthew Ioannidis, Deron Payne, and Jonathan Allen. And with them holding the number 2 overall pick in the draft, they might take Chase Young at number 2. I think they'll take Chase Young at number 2. If Chase Young comes in and starts balling out, he could turn that entire defense into a championship level defense. Think about it, they've already got all the pieces there. What could happen if they add a generational talent like Chase Young to the team? No one knows what could happen, but Washington could be amazing. Now moving on to number 4, we have the Denver Broncos. Second year head coach in Vic Fangio. They went 7-9 in his first season. A lot of problems went on in the first season. Started out on the offense with Joe Flacco. Was pretty bad for he played. Got injured. They played Brandon Allen, who was also pretty bad. Drew Lock spent most of the season out injured. Eventually, when he came in, Drew Lock was really, really good. The whole offense is very young. Think about it, quarterback Drew Lock showed a lot of good signs. Courtland Sutton, wide receiver, broke out quite a lot last year. Looked really good. And second-year tight end Noah Fant out of Iowa was good last season. I think he will take that next step and become a really, really good tight end next season. The offensive liners have got a lot of holes they need fixing, like Garrett Bowles is really bad. Dalton Reisner is good. As far as I'm aware, Connor McGovern has gone to the Jets. Ronald Leary has also gone. Juwan James at right tackle will stay. They paid him a lot of money to stay. I think he'll stay there for a long time. And they've got a 2-headed running back attack in Philip Lindsay and Melvin Gordon, who was brought in free agency from under the Chargers, making him the 4th highest paid running back in the league. That is a fantastic 2. Philip Lindsay was undrafted coming out of Colorado at the start of last season and was sick. Or was it 2 years ago? I think it might have been 2 years ago, but he was really, really good. And he's going to improve with Melvin Gordon also there, who is a good running back. I thought the Dolphins were going to sign him, but now we have Jordan Howard. And now on the defense, Bradley Chubb spent most of last season out injured, but him on the other side of Von Miller is a deadly duo that it could just be insane. A championship level duo in my opinion. Justin Simmons at free safety also had a breakout season, and they also acquired Jarrell Casey from the Tennessee Titans for a 7th round pick. It's an instant fix on defense. They needed defensive line in their 3-4 scheme. They needed defensive line, and getting Jarrell Casey was a fantastic move as well, and only for a 7th round pick. Absolute quality. Now going on to number 3, no bias here. This is my team, the Miami Dolphins. Second year head coach. First year head coach last year, Brian Flores did outstanding with the team he had. The whole team was basically undrafted free agents, and he did so good. We went 5-11, which people won't think so good. At the start of the year, everyone had us pegged going 0-16. proved them wrong with 5-11. Fitzpatrick did help us a lot there. It's going to be interesting to see how well he does with a good team. Now he's starting to build up the roster around and build to how he wants it. It could be amazing next year in Miami. The offensive line still needs an overhaul, needs a lot of work. We've got Michael Dieter, who's a guard, who was really good last season. Quite sloppy, but he'll fix that as he gets better. And we will get a rookie quarterback more than likely to work behind Ryan Fitzpatrick and learn a lot. Wide receiver Devante Parker had a breakout year last year, 1,200 yards and 9 touchdowns. Alongside, his season got cut short, but Preston Williams is going to be a future star wide receiver in my opinion. All the other positions, Mike Gesicki, just give the ball to Mike Gesicki. He will score. He will do well. At running back last year, we were terrible with Patrick Laird, Kalen Ballard were terrible. Kenyon Drake was pretty bad. We traded him to the Cardinals. He was really, really good. Now we have Jordan Howard. I think he'll be good. The offense has got a lot of promise. It's still very young. We've got a really young team. The defense as well, like the duo of Byron Jones and Xavier Howard could be the best cornerback duo in the league. The linebacking core now looks fully revamped. More than likely we will play Shaq Lawson on one side and Kyle Van Noy will play on the other side. Even though Kyle Van Noy isn't really a true edge rusher, it's going to be interesting to see how Brian Flores does with him, considering he worked with him in New England. Middle linebackers, Jerome Baker, Raekwon McMillan, one of the best young linebacker duos in the National Football League, could both have breakout seasons next year and be amazing. And I also think this could add up to the Miami Dolphins having a top-tier defense in 2020. If all goes well, Dolphins could be underdogs to make the playoffs. That's not even over-exaggerating. The rebuild looks like it's going well, and we could be playoff contenders. Now, moving on to number 2, we had the Buffalo Bills. A good coach in Sean McDermott, in fact a great coach. He's led this team for quite a few years now. I'm not sure how long he's been there, but he looks like he's doing all the right things. He's built Buffalo into a contender. He's got an offense led by, will be going into his 3rd season, Josh Allen. He's worked with putting weapons around him. They've got now new addition, Stephon Diggs, who they traded for from the Minnesota Vikings this season, who is a bona fide number 1 that Josh Allen will really, really like in his system, alongside with John Brown, who's getting on a bit, but did play really well last season, and Cole Beasley in the slot. Got some younger wide receivers in Isaiah McKenzie, etc., etc. Young tight end in Dawson Knox, and a very young running back in Devin Singletary, who was really, really good last season. The Bills have got fantastic defense as well, led by Ed Oliver, Tre'Davious White, Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde, Matt Milano, Tremaine Edmonds. I think the Bills are going to be phenomenal. I reckon they're going to be amazing. They're going to be a threat in the AFC, I think. And personally, I think they're going to win the AFC East next year. As much as that pains to say as a Dolphins fan, they are going to be really good. I think they'll make the playoffs again. We'll have to wait and see how it all happens because it's Buffalo. Everyone knows they're slightly bitter bottle jobs, but everyone knows that Buffalo's team looks really, really good. And going on to number 1, personally, I think this is the team that has the brightest future in the NFL right now, and it is, might shock you a bit, it is the Arizona Cardinals. A bright offensive-minded head coach in Cliff Kingsbury. They went 5-10-1 last season, which you won't think is an amazing record. Kyler Murray looked really good in the system. He's only young, but he's going to get better. That was his first year, and he started right out of the gate as a rookie QB, so you expected him not to do as well as other people did, and he was really good. They got DeAndre Hopkins for absolutely pennies from the Houston Texans. He's a bona fide number 1 that they're going to have, alongside Larry Fitzgerald, and Christian Kirk at wide receiver. Makes up a good 3 at wide receiver. Larry Fitzgerald will need to be replaced eventually. And at running back, Kenyon Drake, who had a breakout year last year. I think it was 800 yards and 6 touchdowns after he got traded to the Cardinals for a complimentary 4th round pick, I want to say. I'm not too sure. The Cardinals' offense is going to take off next season. If DeAndre Hopkins gets going, 1,000-yard receiver, Christian Kirk, it will look good. Larry Fitzgerald is always good. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this Arizona defense works next year in their air raid system run by Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray. The defense led by Chandler Jones, who is coming off of a 19-sack season, best season of his career. If he keeps going and stays fully fit and keeps going at the rate he did last season, he will be amazing. 2 new linebackers as well in Devondre Campbell and Devon Kennard. Devon Kennard was overlooked a lot in a poor Detroit team, and Devondre Campbell was slightly unappreciated in Atlanta, even though he's a lot better than people give him credit for. young safety, Buda Baker, who in my opinion is very underrated. People are going to disagree with this. I think he's just as good as Eddie Jackson, if not better. And Eddie Jackson is regarded as one of the best safeties in the National Football League. Personally, I think they're playoff contenders. Don't hate me for this. I think the Cardinals could win their division next year. I think they could win the NFC West and be a huge shock. They've only won 8 games over the last 2 seasons, but I think they could add to that. They could win 10 next season, 11, maybe even 12. If Kyler Murray takes those steps, he's the new generation quarterback. He is going to be the guy to lead the Arizona Cardinals forward for years and years to come. And that's it really for the Cardinals. They're just quality. I can't state enough how much I'm excited to see them play next season. I think they will be amazing. That is the end of the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. We will be back to doing them every day or every other day after I've taken 2 days off, which was just gone. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will be back tomorrow or the day after with more content. See you later, guys.